Hello and welcome back to the NFL Week 4 Underdog Player Picks presented by Underdog Fantasy. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to go over the review of yesterday, say where we went wrong, and then also get into where we went right. Then after that, we will get into our picks today, break down every one to round out the show and send it. Now, I'm your host, Tyler Wiemann. Come join us at Props Optimizer. It is our free prop betting platform. We have Underdog on the app, so you can use the app to help you with your picks. You will see all the app or all the picks you see here, plus more. Now, also come join Underdog Fantasy. And if you have not used Underdog already, please come join us. Promo code LineStar. In the description, we have it linked. Promo code LineStar. Play $50 or $5, get $50. It is a great deal. There's also a deposit match that they're giving you. Get to Underdog. Let it happen. Now, let's get into the picks. And, or more importantly, let's start off with the review. So, we had 5 picks last week. There was also a gimme pick. The gimme was Russell Wilson. Obviously, that hit. Jamar Gibbs went way over. Christian McCaffrey, way over. Njoku went over. Then Adam Thielen let us down. The Vikings absolutely rolled the Bengals. Wasn't even a question. And the Vikings really didn't have to throw much. I mean, Wentz only had like 190 yards or something like that, or 180. They barely threw the ball. Thielen was not involved very much, and therefore he went way under. Bijan Robinson, what the heck happened there with the Falcons? They went way over. They put up a goose egg against the Carolina Panthers, one of the worst teams in the league. While run out how bad that one went, but unfortunately, that made us not cash as well. Now, let's get into our picks for today. I got a fun one for you guys, and we're going to start it off with Jameson Williams. A good old JMO versus the vaunted Cleveland Browns defense. Not a spot that I thought I would be going to begin this week, trying to pick on the Cleveland Browns, but they play a ton of man defense. Who can beat the man on the Lions? Well, Amon-Ra can, but Jameson Williams can as well, and his line is way too low. The line right now is down at 42.5. LineStar's at 49.8. Consensus at 48.3. And JMO, my man, he has been over in 2 of 3. Now, I love the spot here versus Cleveland for the fact that I don't think the Lions are going to come out and play conservative like the Packers. That is not who they are. They come out aggressive. They do not want to let Cleveland stay in this game into the 4th like the Packers did. I also do not think the Lions are going to sleep on Cleveland like the Packers did. Before the Packers faced them, they had guys talking about, them going undefeated and they're on the top of the world and they're all great. And then they lost to the Cleveland Browns. It was pathetic, and I do not think that is how the Lions are going to approach this game. Now, we're talking about a guy that's averaging 58 yards per game. Over the last 4, he's at 48.3. I think this line is low, and I think he easily can get over this. And honestly, one broken play in man-on-man coverage where the guy makes a mistake, JMO could be open deep all by himself and get it in one play. That is why I like this one. One, like I said, I think the Lions are going to come out aggressive. I think they're going to try and take it to the Browns right away. Try to get a multiple score lead right away. And what that means is they're going to throw the ball. The other thing, nobody's been able to run against these Browns. And I don't think that's just going to magically start with the Detroit Lions. Now, Detroit Lions have a great running game. So I do expect some success, but not enough where they can absolutely lean on it and rely on it down in, down out. And for that, I like JMO to go higher in this spot. So we're going higher with JMO over 42.5 receiving yards. Next, we got Jakobi Meyers. He's been over in 60% over the last 5, 60% over the last 10, 67% on the year, and at 65.5, I think this line is just too low. LineStar is at 76.9, consensus at 73.4, and Jakobi Meyers is just in a great spot versus this Chicago Bears defense that is 23rd in the league, allowing 155.2 yards per game to the receivers, to the WRs over the last 9. Now, this season, that is up to 171.7. They are ranked 29th in the league versus the wide receiver. And Jakobi, so far this season, is averaging 76 yards a game. That was with last week where Trey Tucker stole the show. He still got 63 yards on 3 receptions and 4 targets when this guy has been hyper targeted 10, 12, and then he falls down to 4 when Trey Tucker just made the drives way less plays. Now, versus Chicago, their D is bad. They can get beat. And I think it's going to be a fun game to watch. It's one of the faster games of the week as well. So we should get a few more plays in this game than some of the others. Therefore, let's go Jakobi Meyers higher than 65.5. Next, we're going Hunter Henry. He's been over in 60% over the last 5 and over the last 10, 67% on the season, just like good old Jakobi Meyers. And the line is 38.5. LineStar is at 44.2, and the consensus projection is at 42.4. Now, we are going higher here as well with Hunter Henry. Moral of the story is we have a 4.5 star alert score. Hunter Henry has been the number 1 option. New England passes more when they're favored. Carolina allows more fantasy points to the tight end when they're away. And what has Henry done versus Pittsburgh? 90 yards. Versus Miami, 9. He was a no-show there. I actually was high on him that week. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. Or high on him in DFS. I didn't bet him yardage-wise. And then for week 1, 66 yards. He is routinely getting over, and it is a very good spot. Carolina is allowing 74 yards per game to the tight end so far. They have been getting gashed by the tight end, and I think that continues today or on Sunday by a guy that's averaging 55 yards per game through the air. He is Drake May's number 1 target, and I think they go back to him early and often for this weekend in week 4. Next, we got Justin Jefferson. This one's in Dublin, and he has been over in 60% of the last 10, only 40% of the last 5, and only 1 of 3 this season. But I think this is a great get-right spot. Receiving yards projection is at 74.5 from Underdog. Our LineStar projection is 84.6. The consensus is 76. We're going higher than 74.5. Justin Jefferson is in a 5-star alert score spot. Pittsburgh is not the vaunted D that they used to be, that they once were. They are ranked 26 in the league, allowing almost 153 yards per game to the wide receiver over the last 9. Now, if you get into what they've done this season, very similar. It's 154. Justin Jefferson is one of the best receivers in this game, and he's averaging 66.7 yards per game so far this season. And that it was with J.J. McCarthy for 2 of the games. Game 1 versus Chicago, he only had 44 yards. J.J. McCarthy looked absolutely awful. Terrible. There was 1 quarter where he looked okay. Then he looked even worse versus Atlanta, and he's still at 81. Then versus Cincinnati, he had 75 yards. This was a game that they absolutely put Cincinnati away early. They did not have to keep throwing. They're likely going to have to throw in this game. Not only is it in Dublin, Pittsburgh is going to find a way to keep this game close. It's only a 2.5 spread. And with that, I think they're going to go to Justin Jefferson a lot. And honestly, I do think Wentz at this point in his career can run the offense a little bit better than JJ McCarthy. JJ McCarthy may have the bigger ceiling. He is probably has the better career than Wentz, but Wentz is a vet. He knows how to work an offense. This is a guy that was once an MVP candidate, and Kevin O'Connell is a quarterback whisperer. He always gets a lot out of his backups, and I think he's going to once again, and Justin Jefferson is going to go over or higher than 74.5. Now, we got two different ones. Chris Olave is at 5.5 receptions. Now, I put the DraftKings line on here because I wanted to show you something. It's at minus 149, and this is on Underdog right now. So run to go grab it before it goes higher. It is not that often that we get a minus 150 prop on Underdog, but it's there, so go get it. 5.5 receptions. LineStar is at 5.9. Consensus is at 6.3. We're obviously going higher. He's been over in 100% so far this season. 60% over the last 10, 80% over the last 5. Now, those other stats from last year really don't matter. This is a new offense. This is Kellen Moore's offense. And what they have been doing is they have been running a ton of no huddle, getting to the line quick, and they throw out volume. And there is tons of targets heading to Olave. Olave leads the league in targets right now. Yardage-wise, he's way down. Do not bet the yardage. I do not think we can count on the yardage to be there. The volume, I think we can. 14 targets, 10 targets, 13 targets, 20 or 37 on the year, and he has had at least 6 receptions in every single game. I think we can count on 6. There's a chance we can get 7 if you want to bet an alt line and get real wild with it, but we're already parlaying enough. You probably don't quite need to do that. All in all, I think this spot is great for Olave. The volume is there. They're more likely to pass a ton in this game, as you know, the first 2 games, they were kind of in the game. Olave got 13 targets and 10 targets. Versus Seattle, they were totally out of it. He got 14 targets. We're going to see a lot of passing from this Saints team. The Bills are going to put them away quick, and Olave is just going to get targeted a ton. Love this spot for him. We're going higher than 5.5 receptions. Now, last one. Threw this one at the very end. This one is fading LineStar a little bit. So with that being said, feel free to fade this pick if you want. Do whatever you want. But Nick Chubb, I think, is losing his grip on the RB1 spot. 51.5 rushing yards is the Underdog projection. LineStar's at 56.4, consensus at 50.2. We are going under. We are going lower. And the reason being is Woody Marks is getting more and more control over this backfield. And 13 carries, 12 carries, 9 carries, all 3 of these games, Houston was in till late. Their defense keeps them in. The defense is going to keep them in this game as well. But I do not think the volume is going to be there. And while Tennessee is very beatable on the ground, I just don't like Nick Chubb. I think he is past his prime. Tennessee's defense is solid. Houston's offense is absolutely awful right now, and I don't think we can rely on really any of these guys. I also don't expect the volume to be there, and I think Nick Chubb needs the volume to really pay it off. So those are our props for today. To round it all out for you guys, we got Chris Olave higher than 5.5 receptions. We got Hunter Henry higher than 38.5 receiving yards. We had Jameson Williams higher than 42.5. Jakobi Meyers higher than 64.5. Justin Jefferson higher than 74.5. Nick Chubb lower than 50.5. There was a 75% boost promo I threw on that one, and I did the flex play rather than absolutely sending it for the standard. Simply put, that 75% boost just made it where it would have been 38x without the boost going standard. I got 36.87x with the boost and going flex. So just made it a little safer. You guys do what you want. As always, play responsibly. Only play what you can. Have fun with some DFS this weekend. Let's cash. You all have a good one. Please come join Underdog. Use code LineStar for their promo code. And if you haven't already, please try Props Optimizer. Link is below for Underdog. Link is below for Props Optimizer. Give us a 5-star review. You all have a good one. And good luck for week 4. Talk to y'all later. Peace.